Okay, moving on. Eating moderately and mindfully isn't a sexy sell, but personally I believe, and I know you believe it too, it's the only way to learn how to eat for life, for your entire life. We're not on a 6-week program here. We're on an eating for life program. So what does eating moderately mean to you, and what does it look like in your day-to-day life?
Sure. I'm going to get really picky here and say even the word moderately I don't love, because that kind of means you have to moderate what you eat and control what you eat still. I know it's super picky and it is a positive thing, and I'm pretty much going to say the same thing but just use different wording, because I think we have to get so specific in how we talk about things so that we can put all that dieting stuff behind us. But I just say I eat intuitively.
Cool.
So the way that that's different is I just listen to my body. Some days it wants pizza. Some days it wants a green smoothie. Some days it wants to go on a huge, crazy workout because I have so much energy and feeling strong. Some days I want to have a nap. And that's what's really amazing, is that if you listen to your body, you will naturally eat moderately. And that's what's really cool. It's kind of just it's the same thing, just taking it a step further. And saying I totally put all the trust into my body. I'm just going to listen to it and give it what it wants. And for the first 2 weeks, especially if you've been dieting your whole life, the first 2 weeks you might go a little crazy and eat all this crazy food. The first couple of weeks because you've never been allowed to before, because you told yourself you're not allowed to. But honestly, the shine wears off very quickly. If you can eat cookies morning, noon, and night, you're going to get sick of cookies real fast. Where for the past 10 years, you've been obsessing about those cookies because you could never have them. And within 2 weeks, the power is gone. So, yeah, that's what I do, is I eat intuitively. That looks like no restrictions. So I do have celiac disease, so I can't eat wheat, but that is only for medical reason. I would never recommend that for someone who doesn't have an issue with it. But I don't restrict anything else. I'll eat anything as long as it's gluten-free, and I will fully enjoy it. But I won't take it just because it's there either. I listen to my body. If I'm full, I'm not going to eat something that's in front of me. But if I'm starving and there's only an unhealthy option, I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm going to eat it. And I think that's a really powerful way to live, because then you have the trust within yourself that everything's going to be fine no matter what. You don't need to control food around you. Just make the best choice you can in each situation and listen to your body. And in my life, personally, like day to day, it can look really different. Some days, if say I was photographing my food to show people what I eat, some day might be like, wow, she eats so healthfully, look at all the certain vegetables. And some days might be like, oh, she ate like no vegetables today. And that's okay. And that's what's so amazing, is that when you let go of all the guilt and shame around everything and all the food and what you're eating and what you weigh, your body really handles it differently too. Like if I would eat poorly in my dieting times, if I would eat a big, huge meal, quote unquote junk food, I would feel sluggish and gross and depressed and guilty. And that brought me down so much. And then the next day I would diet because I felt so bad, and you go on this crazy roller coaster. Whereas now I can eat unhealthfully for a meal. Like I love pizza, so I'll eat pizza. And it's fine. Yeah, I might be a bit bloated. I might not feel like $1 million, but I truly enjoyed it with every bite, and I felt good about it, and it's all fine. It really, your body can really figure it out if you're thinking positively about your food and about yourself. So that's what I do, is focus on my intuition and listening to my body.
So good. I couldn't love this more right now. You're just totally speaking my language. I think that you nailed it about that trust factor. It's so huge. And I think personally for me too, it was so scary at first. And I thought that I would just, go off the deep end, so to speak, and just eat all the things all the time. But my main driving point is always, how do I want to feel? And if I always refer back to that in my mind, how do I want to feel after I eat this? Then for sure, sometimes it's cookies, it's brownies, it's wine. It's a lot of those things a lot of the time, but it's also a lot of protein and veggies and fats, because those things make me feel really good too. So good.